talking.
Hello everybody, Celestial9 here, welcome. Today we're going to do a fantastic video. Are you ready? Because I know I am. I know I'm super ready for this. Because, what's it like? What's it like to play a Wii or buy a Wii in 2019? So we're going to go over the system, games, accessories, and we're actually just going to talk about the features of it and see if it's actually worth buying or even worth getting a Wii U instead. So here's the system. The Nintendo Wii was launched, I believe, on November 18th, 2006. I could be wrong about that date. And it was a tremendous success, selling over 101 million units worldwide, outbeating the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, which they were both selling over 80 million units by the time they ended their lifespan. So the Wii did tremendous success. I think it launched with 21 games on there, and the main like 3 or 4 games that people really bought on the system was Excitebike, I think that's what it was, or Excitebots or Excite Trucks, something like that, Zelda, Wii Sports, and Wii Play. That was really the only couple of games that people really bought on the Wii for launch, pretty much. I mean, there was a crap ton of them, but those are the ones that sold. And speaking about the Wii, this is the original model. So you have a power button, a reset button, an eject button, a disc slot, and a place where you synchronize your Wii remotes, as well as an SD card to put inside the console. On the back, you have 2 USB ports. You have your fan. You have your your AV. You have your AC, and then you have up here is the sensor bar. The sensor bar was the main thing to use for the Wii for motion, using the Wii remote, which we will go over in a little bit. One thing I like to mention is besides this Wii being successful, it was a little bit more powerful than the GameCube, but it was extremely downgraded from what the 360 and the PS3 matched. And Nintendo's president, who's deceased now, I don't know if I can say his name correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's Satoru Iwata, I can't name it, who's deceased now, was a great president, but would rather have top-notch games than compelling hardware. And that actually proved to be good on this system. It didn't prove to be good on the Wii U, but it definitely proved to be good on the Nintendo Wii. And the Wii, like I said, was a tremendous success. It sold millions of units. There was plenty of shortages probably within the first like 3 or 4 years of the system being out. Within the first like 3 years or 4 years of the Wii being out. And then, well, yeah, it's a really great system. Up here, since this is the original model, it has GameCube compatibility, which we will definitely talk about that in a little bit. Alright, some more things that I need to mention about the system, and there's some problems with this system. There are some good things about it, and there's some major problems with it. One of the things that they should have put in here was DVD compatibility, which they didn't. No Nintendo system has ever had DVD compatibility. Even the Switch now that's even out is all cartridges. But still, even the Wii U that came out, it should have had DVD compatibility, despite it using pretty much Blu-ray discs. This uses regular standard DVD discs. Here we have Twilight Princess, one of the launch titles. Yeah, it uses regular DVD discs, size discs. But it's not the same thing as a DVD disc, and that's the thing. They're optical density discs, and optical density disc actually holds between 6 to 7 gigs, while a regular DVD disc holds between 7 to 8 gigs. While a Blu-ray disc, especially for the PlayStation 3, holds between 20 to 25 gigs. So there were a lot of cool things about this. The other thing that was wrong is that the lens could go out quickly. I had a Wii, it was my original Wii I had, and it took 6 years for the lens to stop completely working. And that's a major issue. because the lens, playing Wii games, playing the Wii games was the main reason why you owned a Wii, because you played Wii games on it. But that's not even the only other thing about it. The lens could literally stop working, and there were some games for the Wii that used dual layer discs. Two that I know for a fact that use it is Metroid Other M and Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So it really just depends on what you're doing, or what games you're getting, or of anything. If you own a Wii and you know it's causing those types of problems, I definitely suggest going online, go to eBay, and get one of Nintendo's cleaning kits. It's definitely worth it. It's about a $10 kit. It's highly, highly worth it. Alright, so now we're going on to accessories. Before us, we're going to start with the Wii Remote. The Wii Remote is the main reason why you own a Wii, of course. If you own a Wii, this is the main thing to own, because it helps control the Wii. And it's wireless, it's Bluetooth as well. And the one thing that I don't like about this Wii Remote is it's a battery drainer. It will drain your batteries very quickly. The other thing I really don't like about it is that sometimes the sensor from it to the sensor bar really lags off sometimes, and including you have to have the sensor bar for the system in order for the system to really play. Alright, the next accessory... Sorry. So, also with the Wii Remote, there are different limited editions and things like that. You could definitely get a lot of limited editions for the system. There are literally high expensive ones for this. You could definitely get blue Wii Remotes, more Wii Remotes, different Wii Remotes, things like that. And then we have the nunchuck. Oh boy, the nunchuck. You gotta love the nunchuck. Nunchuck is also a main accessory for the Wii as well. It's definitely worth picking up, and it's definitely worth owning. There are different variations of it. It could be a third party or even a first party, and some of them are getting pretty expensive. Alright, the next thing I would definitely suggest instead of getting batteries is getting a Wii charger kit. I bought this for about $5 and I have never looked back at it. I absolutely love it and I adore it. Now here's the bad thing I hate about this, and this is typical Nintendo logic, or not even typical Nintendo logic. It's more or less they bought this off from Sega pretty much, especially with their Sega Nomad and Sega Game Gear. The batteries on this only last about 4 to 5 hours, which is nothing. And now the PS4 actually has that where it only lasts about 5 to 6 hours. I seriously think a game controller should last longer than like 5 or 6 hours, at least like 10 or 11 hours, something like the PS3 controller. Even the Xbox 360 controller actually lasts longer than that, even if you have like regular like dollar store batteries in it. But that's just me. One of the other things that the console actually has is classic controllers. And classic controllers are absolutely worth it. These can get expensive, but they start at between 10 to 15 and they go all the way up to about 30 or 40 bucks. So it really just depends on what kind you're getting. In fact, I have the Mario Fight Pad for the Nintendo Wii, and I love this controller, and I'm not getting rid of it. Next we have is the GameCube controller. As I was saying with the first one, the GameCube controller is really worth it to own, especially for some of the games on here like GoldenEye 007, or Super Smash Bros. Brawl, or Mario Kart Wii, just to name a few. And to let you guys know, starting in 2011 with the Wii Family Edition, which mainly the system had to sit horizontally, it had like all this horizontally, which that's how you can tell if it's also a Wii Family Edition. Also, it wouldn't have the GameCube ports. It actually has it up under it. All you have to do is open it up, but technically it's really not there. And it only played Wii games. It could go online and all that kind of stuff, but it did not have GameCube support. And then they came out with the Wii Mini in 2013, which took all that stuff away, and that's a whole different story. But that's the accessories, and most of these accessories that I have here are relatively cheap. Alright, so let's go over some games. These games are relatively cheap. I have maybe 1 or 2 games in here that are probably expensive. Other than that, these games are extremely cheap. First game will go with a launch title, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. A very, very cheap game. I highly recommend this. Pick it up. Another good one, Super Paper Mario. I did not pay $15 for this, I only paid $10 for this. It is definitely worth owning, and I absolutely love it. Super Mario Galaxy, I paid $10 for this. This is a fantastic platformer. You could get literally about 30 hours out of this. In fact, you can actually get about, if you want to complete Super Mario Galaxy fully with getting all 240 stars, all 3 of these games really pretty much have about 20 to 30 hours worth of gameplay in them. Wii Sports, this is what came packaged with the Nintendo Wii. It's highly worth it. I paid $15 for this exclusively for the Nintendo Wii. Absolutely amazing. Mario Party 8 is the only expensive game on this list where I paid $40 for this. This is highly worth it because you really get a lot of gameplay out of this, especially with a lot of friends. I highly recommend it. Next one being Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This has a lot of single player and multiplayer added into this game, more than what Melee did. And I don't even think it's the best-selling Smash Bros. Game anymore. I think Ultimate actually beat that out. But it's still a solid one. And the last one is the only third-party title that I own. And I paid $5 for this, and that was Sonic and the Secret Rings. This is worth it. Is the Nintendo Wii worth buying in 2019? Some would say yes, and some would say no. I would definitely say yes because of the amount of games that are on it. Especially if you get the original, like Dance Dance Revolution, Hottest Party. You can't play that on the Wii U. And you can't play that on any other Wii system except the original Wii, because it would use the GameCube ports. You can't even use the GameCube ports off the Wii U, the adapter, to play the Dance Dance Revolution. And I don't have a Dance Dance Revolution, but that's just the point of stating that. And most of the Wii accessories work on the Wii U. But here's the other thing. This device only supports up to 480p, while the Wii U version of having Wii supports up to 1080p. And the other thing is, it runs emulated on the Wii U, which is still nothing. So, I'd rather have original hardware. I do recommend picking it up. It's extremely cheap. I would definitely pick it up. You should definitely pick it up yourselves over the Wii U. Because the Wii U, yeah, I would get a Wii U, but here's the thing. If my Wii died out, I would transfer, like the lens burned out, I would transfer all my saved data and everything over to the Wii U, and then I'd get rid of the Wii and just play it off the Wii U. But that would be the only reason why I would get a Wii U. Besides Virtual Console. But like I said, I really don't like emulation, like the homebrew channel and things like that. Alright everybody, thank you so much.